Alright, hello everybody, it's Coke with Thunder 3, and I haven't done a cast in a really long time, but I'm really looking forward to this one, because I'm hoping to change all of that. And, yes, today we have TSL Polt as the Red Terran at the top, and, he is ranked 11th, if I'm not mistaken, in his Master League. And down at the bottom, someone we all love, a very amazing Zerg, is Stephano. He is ranked 66th in his Grandmaster League. She joined that as of June 20th, I believe. So let's go ahead and get started in this in the game. Now, he is moving his Overlord to a better position. They're having a little bit of a chat here. He's probably going to be moving his Overlord to scout the Terran's base. He's setting it up so that he will be able to see this expansion once it goes down. Now, he did do a little extraction trick for that extra supply on his drones, and also cracking up two more drones after that, because he did just pop his second Overlord. Now up here at the Terran side, our first barracks going down. Let's go ahead and open up the production tab. We have a barracks going down, so he's going to be trying to wall in as soon as he possibly can to try to avoid any attacks from the Zerg player, because Zergs can attack very soon with a lot of force, and if he can hold that, then he will basically be good to go for the rest of the game. Now, he is trying to do a little bit of harassment on this SCV over here, but the drone just isn't going to be able to pull it off. The SCV is coming to attack and help out his little buddy, just like the SCV love song. He will not leave his friend. Okay, so down here we do have a great drone count. I don't know exactly what the units tab is. That's you. I gotta get used to this. So, yeah, the count is 15 drones, 15 SUVs, and 2 Overlords, but that means it's basically the same, because the supply depots do not count as units, obviously. So back to the production tab, we do see that he's just dropped a spawning pool and his second base, which is pretty obvious, normal for Zerg. He's also dropping down his extractor so that he will be able to get those speedlings after he gets his spawning pool. Now back up to the Terran side, we have the orbital command dropping in right about now. It's about to be finished, and he's spawning mules already. So orbital command is a great thing to get. You want to get that right after you get your barracks, just so that you can be dropping those mules, because that is such a great advantage. Now we do see a bunker going down over here for the Terran player. If he finishes that, that's going to be a terrible, terrible thing for the Zerg. But it looks like he will not be able to finish it, because the Zerg is going to chase him out of the base. And we do see a Marine running up, so he is going to get a little bit cocky and maybe run his SCV back in there to finish that bunker. That's what it looks like he's doing, because he knows that this... Okay, the SCV goes down and there's not another one following it up, so it looks like that bunker rush is out of the question for the Terran player. But that was a good try. That was a good try, Polt. Good try. Looks like we have 2 Zerglings on the field now, and the drones and SCVs are basically identical, except for the fact that he does have mules. Now, units-wise, if microed properly, the 2 Marines will beat the 4 Zerglings, but... you know, what can you do? Looks like we have our second command. We got an early expansion coming from this, that was a terrible voice crack. We've got an early expansion coming from this, Terran player, and that's going to be a great idea for the late game. He knows that there's not going to be any early pressure from Stephano anytime soon, so he's going to go ahead and drop that expansion and try to expand as soon as possible. He also has Hellions coming out, which are going to do a lot of damage against those Zerglings, unless these Zerglings are microed absolutely perfect. Now, there is a time between each shot that the Hellions take that Stephano will be able to do some damage to them, but he has to micro perfectly and make sure they're not clumped up, because those Hellions do massive amounts of splash damage. Lagging a little bit here, sorry about that. Now the Hellions are rushing in, going to try to take out some of Stephano's units, but there is a spine crawler protecting the entrance of the base. I did not see that. I'm sorry. And taking out this one Zergling over here, he was a little bit stray, and he is already turning it into a orbital command center. He might just be using it to drop mules as of right now, or he could be lifting it and moving it to a different area. Now he's going to be trying to group up some Hellions at the entrance so he can try to take down the spine crawler, but that's not a very good idea because Hellions this amount of Hellions cost a lot more than this one spine crawler, and it would not be a very clever idea to waste that many Hellions on a spine crawler. So it looks like we have another barracks going down right here. We have stim pack being researched, 6 Hellions, 13 Zerglings. The odds are not very good for Stephano right now. We do have a Marauder and 3 Marines. Let's go to production tab. We have 1 supply depot being made, some creep tumors being spread, an evolution chamber, and a reactor popping down on that second barracks. It's already done. So we have 2 more barracks going. No, we have a barracks and a starport going down right now, and the starport's most likely going to be for medevacs. So Marine Marauder medevac is probably what we're going to be seeing this game. And we do have an attack going on the entrance of the base. Those Hellions are going to do a lot of damage to the Zerglings if they do not get the hell out of there, which they did. Now the spine crawler is doing his job and is doing very good to defend the base. Drop some. Queen is healing that spine crawler to make sure it does not die anytime soon, which is a very good thing because that spine crawler is the only thing keeping those Hellions out of Stephano's base. Now, units wise, we're basically identical on like, if there was an attack, we would basically be identical, because when you think about it, if Stephano is smart and he pulls these Hellions up his base, and the spine crawler can do a lot of damage, but these Zerglings aren't really going to do much against his army right now. There's Hellions and Marines and Marauders, and the Hellions will just absolutely destroy those Zerglings, as we just saw. Especially if they're grouped up, they do quite a bit of splash damage against Zerglings, so that's not the best idea. Now, he is ahead on resource-wise. The Zerg does have more drones on the field than the Terran does SCVs, but the Terran also has mules, and mules do a lot of, they do help a lot. Now we do see some Marines and some Hellions moving out to Stephano's base, and also along with some medevacs and another stack of Marines. So I don't know how this battle is going to turn out. It does not look good for Stephano right now. He doesn't really have anything besides 8 Zerglings, and 8 Zerglings is not going to be enough to handle something like this. Now, Stephano might be able to micro very well. His 3rd hatchery is already down. He does have a lair, so we do need to see some roaches out of Stephano very soon if he's going to win this battle. Now, his expansion is completely unguarded, so he's really gonna have to just let it go, because if he tries to save it like he's doing right now with these Zerglings, he's not going to do very good. He's going to lose all of those Zerglings. Now he is taking out the Hellions and charging up the ramp against those Marines with Zerglings. Was not a very good idea, losing a large amount of his Zerglings and still losing the expansion to the Terran player. Also, the Broodlings did help out a little bit in that confrontation, but still, it was not enough to take out those Marines. Now he is still making Zerglings, and I don't know what he's doing. He's honestly playing the Zerglings to their full effect in this game, and it's working pretty well, I guess. I mean, he has 47 Zerglings on the field. He has a lot of gas saved up. I don't know why he's not moving to roaches, but obviously Stephano knows what he's doing a lot more than I do. He's splitting up the Zerglings, trying to keep the map seen, and these Marines did just lift up into that into those medevacs. Now, looks like we have some upgrades coming for the Zerg and infestors for the Zerg, so that's going to help a lot against these Marines. Walling off his expansion entrance, the Terran is doing a very smart thing, and he's just trying to turtle up a little bit, getting a couple siege tanks. I do not know if the siege tech is done. Siege tech is on the way. It has 10 more seconds left, and then Stephano's really going to be in trouble, because siege tanks, if they're in siege mode, do a lot of damage to small units like Zerglings. Now, he is trying to get his 3rd expansion somewhere else, because obviously this expansion did not come to, but he is also expanding back over here. Now, the Terran has a lot of units, like a lot more than Stephano does. 59 Zerglings and 4 infestors against 43 Marines, 4 medevacs, and 3 siege tanks. Also dropping a bunker down on the entrance is going to be a big deal. Now, that is a lot of Zerglings, though. Don't underestimate Zerglings. The power that they have is absolutely phenomenal, especially if you have upgrades on them, speed, and matched with those infestors. They will do a lot of damage, and you don't want to underestimate those. Now, but he does have a good amount of Marines. A Banelings would be a good choice right now because the amount of Marines that he has is pretty intense for this amount of Zerglings and infestors alone. We do see some upgrades being dropped for the Terran unit, for the Terran player too, and we do see some more tech labs being built and some missile turrets. I guess he's expecting Mutalisk sometime soon, but I don't think that we will be seeing any of that from our Zerg player this game, or at least right now. He already has his hive, and he has one macro hatch, and 4 bases up as of right now, which are going to give him a big lead over the Terran player who only has 3 bases. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, only 3 bases, and he is prepared for anything right here at the front of his base. He is going to probably be moving out soon if he's smart, and yes, he is. And there's going to be a big confrontation right here in the middle because this Zerg player is trying to hold this watchtower. These 2 Marines are going to run up and check, and they're going to see, oh shit, there is a shit ton of Zerglings up there. I don't know if they spotted the infestors, but hopefully they did not, because I do want Stephano to win. He's one of my favorite players. I'm not necessarily playing favorites, but I do enjoy watching Stephano's games. So, siege tanks, Zerglings, and infestors. That's what this is going to come down to. Siege tanks are sieging up, and they are going to be taking shots at these infested Terrans that were trying to be made over here. And the infestors are going to run up and try to attack, but they sissy out and run back. So we have a lot of Zerglings on the field still. They're not being used to their full effect. He knows that he cannot take on siege tanks. 117 Zerglings and 8 infestors. The supply is 180 on the Terran side, so he does have the lead in supply. But we do have a big group of overlords sitting at the expansion, and we do see Stephano running into his base with all of this massive amount of Zerglings. He's absolutely charging in there with this amount of Zerglings, and it is absolutely incredible how much power these things have. He does have upgrades on him, completely taking down this 3rd base and attacking these SCVs. The infested Terrans are going to be dropping down, and they are going to be fungal growths on this army, so that the Zerglings can wipe them up a little bit cleaner. Trying to group up these infestors to not lose them, but he's going to try to run away and just make as many infested Terrans to take this out and help as many as he can. Ultralisks also on the field, which are great against Marines, and this does not look good for the Terran player. He has Zerglings in his general area. He had a lot of damage done, but these siege tanks really did save the day for him. Now on the now Stephano is leading in the max amount of units tab, and it's absolutely incredible what he's been doing this game. But I don't think that he's going to be able to hold off this push back from the Terran player. There's way too many siege tanks here, and he does not have enough units to hold this off. But he does have quite a few Zerglings, and he is making more, I believe. 56 Zerglings, 2 Ultralisks, and 3 infestors against 9 siege tanks, which is quite a few. 31 Marines and 9 Marauders. Now his expansion base, the rocks have been broken down, so you could be looking at a loss of an expansion here. He's going to try to siege this siege tank up here to get the low ground and the high ground and hopefully attack, but it is just out of range. Now these Zerglings and Ultralisks are attacking everything. The Ultralisks are very powerful against Terran units. We also do see some infested Terrans being dropped down, and he did hold this attack, which is very, very surprising on my part. But like I said, Stephano is a very good Zerg player. You do not want to underestimate the power of Zerglings, and he completely surprised me this game. I don't know if what he has is going to be enough, but they just keep pumping units into the center, as you can see on the minimap. And the last Ultralisk goes down, so it's down to 35 Zerglings and 2 infestors to 19 Marines, 1 siege tank, and 6 Marauders. The confrontation is being very, very gruesome over here. There's not really much that Stephano can do except keep pumping units, and he can make him a hell of a lot faster than the Terran player can. So now he's ahead in production by 30 some units, and he is going to be just pushing and being extremely aggressive with these units that he does have. And he notices that there is a siege tank up here, and he most likely won't be able to charge up with the amount of Zerglings that he has at the moment. But you better believe he's making more, up to 50 Zerglings. That is a lot, and that will screw with the AI, you better believe. So he's sprinting in, trying to take out these siege tanks, but no luck. He's most likely just going to be going for the smaller units, as with the Ultralisk, because they do very good against Marines and Marauders. And these siege tanks are going to be taken down, I believe, and that is very, very bad for the Terran player. It looks like Stephano's got this game as of now. The Terran player is going to be panicking. He's going to be having to make things very, very fast, but we all know that Zerg can make units faster than Terran. So as you see, Stephano's rushing all of his units over here as fast as he possibly can to try to take out the Terran player. And yeah, it looks like this is going to be it. The Terran player played very well, but I believe the Zerg player, Stephano, had the edge in that game. After that initial attack in the center, the Zerg came out ahead. So that's what really won the game for him. So thank you guys for watching. Game 2 is going to be coming next, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to rate, comment, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks, bye.